So occasionally in the RV world, when you're full-time, there's things that aren't super glamorous. Today we're going to talk about a couple of those. One is sometimes you have to fight bugs. So we'll walk you through our recent episode with fighting some ants. The other is on a fairly regular basis, say once a week or so, you have to dump the holding tanks. We'll kind of walk you through how we do that. Stay tuned.
The other day we were parked at a campsite and I noticed some ants crawling in the campground's pedestal. Didn't think anything about it. I went to unplug our surge protector, and when I did, ants poured out of here. And now there's so many ants in the LED that you can't read it. When we got to the next campground, I plugged it in and it started buzzing really bad. I contacted Progressive Industries. They are covering it under the warranty because moisture had built up in that LED as well. And so they're sending me a new one. They told me to destroy this one. So I am going to take the back off of it because I want to see if there's any ants. We're going to see if we can do that. So Progressive Industries told me to cut the head off here so that it would be unusable and throw it away. But before I do that, because you're not supposed to open this because it voids the warranty. So since we've already filed the warranty and done everything and they told me to destroy it, I want to see if there's any ants in here. As you can see, it's full of dead ants and there's some moisture in there. I'm trying to get the rest of the lid off.
Unbelievable.
Look at that in there. It's full of ants.
Oh, it's just full of ants. Like unbelievable. But there's so much like water in there too.
Yeah. There's a few ants that got in there.
All in the electrical part too.
Yes. Crazy.
No wonder it was humming. Like even this little board here, there's tons of them. You were afraid that they were going to get into the coach.
And we have seen 2 or 3 roaming around. We're trying to spot treat them. And anyway, I hated to put this back in the bay of the coach knowing it was full of ants. So we did for a couple hours on a little short trip because we had to get to the next place. And sure enough, there were a few ants crawling around in that bay. I think I've got all of those taken care of, but we're seeing a couple roaming around in the coach right above where that bay was. We're trying to take care of that. Anyway, all a part of full-time RV life. I had put on message boards about this. No one has ever heard about ants getting in the surge protector. Went to Camping World, talked to them because we were looking at other surge protectors that we could get in the meantime until we get our new one back in. And they had never heard of it. I put it on Newmar's Facebook page for customers and everything that we can all be a part of, membership. Nobody had ever heard of it. So I guess if you've heard of it, let me know. We're the first. Tanks, and this is the way we do it. Not saying this is the way you're supposed to do it. This is the way we do it. Here's our setup. We have fresh water going in. This is our backwash for the black tank for the half bath. That's the backwash for the rear toilet in the rear. So sometimes what I'll do is I'm going to hook a freshwater hose. Notice this is a black hose. We use this for black things. And when I wash the RV, I'll use it, but we don't use it for fresh water. I'm going to put this connected to the, because I'm going to fill up just a bit. Right now it's reading 2/3 full, but I want a really good flush. So I'm going to watch it. And right now the black tank is closed, but I'm going to put just a little more water in it. And I'm watching it because you definitely don't want it to overflow, because if it does, it'll overflow out your toilet and black water will go everywhere. But I want just a little more water in the tank so that when I flush it in a minute, it'll get a really good flush. Okay, we've been putting some water into the black tank just to top it off. I'm going to turn it off. You can see the pump. You can watch the hose when I turn it off. Now comes the moment everyone dreads. To be continued. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a little bit of the gray water out to make sure that all the connections are safe. So here comes a little gray water into the hose.
Gray water is shower, sink waters, washing your hands.
It seems to be holding. We're going to close it.
That's really smart.
And we just happen to be at a campsite that the sewer drain is high, so you have to kind of manipulate it sometimes. All right, here we go. Here comes the black water. Everybody hold your breath, count to 10.
Jesus, take the wheel.
There it comes.
Ew, I want to
can
look
see
at
it.
it. Ew.
Bring the camera over here.
And what kind of chemicals do we like to use?
We use liquefied. And if you watch Matt's RV,
We are not sponsored, but we do. That's what we use.
we do use liquefied, and so far it has done a great job for us. Since the sewer drain is higher than the ground, we have to kind of manipulate it a little bit. So what I'm going to do now that it's empty, I'm going to turn the backwash back on. And we're going to fill up the black tank with fresh water to get a good flush. So we'll let it run for a little while, and then we'll come back and do it all again. Okay, we've been backwashing a little bit for a couple of minutes. So I'm going to close the black tank so that now the fresh water coming from this black hose into the backwash will just fill up the tank again to kind of flush the tank out with fresh water. Okay, it's been backwashing for a few minutes with it closed. So I'm going to open it. And
Do you turn off the water?
no, leave the water running. And little by little, what comes out will be cleaner and cleaner and cleaner. And on days that I have plenty of time, sometimes I'll do it 2 or 3 times just to get it as clean as possible. As you can kind of see, the water now is much cleaner. And we'll turn the backwash off and then just let it continue draining, because the water was looking pretty clean. So we'll let all the water finish draining out of the black tank into the hose. And we'll dump the hose manually to work it up the hill there.
Since it's so high.
And then we're gonna do the same thing for the